Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and talk about the girls in Atlanta. All right, so listen, there really wasn't a lot, in my opinion, that happened this episode. I mean, got through some notes down, but for the most part, it wasn't a lot going on. It's the beginning of the season, so I'm still optimistic. We're gonna hold out hope. Um, but I will be honest and say that I think it's a tad bit early for us to be having somewhat of a filler episode. Girl, this is on episode 4, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna need them to pick up the pace. All right. It started out strong. This season started out strong, in my opinion, and then it's kind of like, but I'm not gonna give it too bad to the girls, okay? Um, I put in a weird way, Marlo is giving us something to talk about. I mean, I think Marlo was completely all over the place. However, um, based off of, the conversations that I see that are being had on social media, Marlo is in a lot of our mouths. So, even if we think that Marlo may be a little ludicrous in the things that she say, the things that pop out of her mouth, um, anyways, girl. So basically, Kenya met up. Let me remember. Okay, so Kenya met up with Manetta. I never knew that Manetta was this choreographer. So shout out to Manetta. She says she's been on the stage with. I think she choreographed. I forgot. She named a couple. I think Joe. Somebody else, girl, I can't remember. And I think she also said she danced for Prince on stage, or like she was a background dancer for Prince or something. So that's cute. Kenya critiques, BravoCon. Kenya performed. I think Luann from New York performed. Candace performed. Kenya says that it wasn't the best. I mean, it's no tea, no shade. Y'all know I love Kenya, but I don't think anybody was expecting for you to pull a Pleasure Principle or a Rhythm Nation or girl, old nasty Sierra. I don't think anybody was thinking that you were gonna go up there and gonna give this Grammy girl performing, I'm a slave for you, Britney Spears VMA performance, girl. It's a song, now twirl, twirl, now twirl, now twirl. Okay, girl, that's all we expect, girl. Um, she says that, the guy that Manetta hooked her up with, he called Manetta's phone. I don't know if at the time they were like dating or if they were just kind of like getting to know each other. I don't know. But nonetheless, they talked. I'm assuming they were probably, Manetta had probably just threw her name out in the mix, I don't know. But anyways, he called. They talked a little bit on Manetta's FaceTime. She said that when the Yelp reviews came back, it was a 9.6. Now tell me you watched the reviews without telling me you watched the reviews. Because the only one I know, well, now I say it, but the only one I know that be saying Yelp reviews is Erica De Niro TV. So shout out to Erica De Niro TV. Shout out to Kenya Moore, Hellcat. She said Miss Thing said the Yelp reviews came back and it was a 9.6. And she said he good in bed. I said, I know that's right. She basically says that Mark won't sign the divorce papers. She says Mark won't sign the divorce papers. She says that she has been separated since 2019 and she over it. So Kenya said, honey, I'm basically hopping on D and doing a full split. I'm throwing these legs to the moon. And girl, whatever else he want to do in that bedroom. I said, I know that's right. She ain't say all of that, but I'm adding a little bit to it. Um, Sanya and her family. know what's going on. Well, I know what's going on, but this is what it sounds like to me. Because I could have sworn I remember everybody pretty much saying that they were ready to go. I don't think they had told each other they were ready to go. Yeah, because I remember Sanya saying that her mother made a comment about wanting to move to Florida. I think the sister had said that she was ready to go. And then Ross was also kind of ready to kind of like for everybody to leave. So I think it sounded like everybody was on the same page except for Sanya. In this episode, Sonya brings it up to her sister and to her mother, and the sister kind of feels some type of way about it. And so I was thinking maybe it's one of those cases where, yeah, I did say I want to leave, but now that I'm hearing the person who pretty much owns the house say I'm ready for you to leave, it kind of like stings. Like, oh, girl, so he kicking me out. Even though I said I'm ready to go, like I didn't know you was like ready for me to go for real, you know. Um, did y'all hear when Sam, your sister, said in the confessional that basically, and I'm paraphrasing, but the only reason why Sonya and Ross want them at that house is so, girl, they could rip and run the streets, and so they could have somebody to look after their son. That's what the sister said, and she said that Sonya was not selfless; she was self-centered. And did y'all hear the mama agree with the sister? I said, well, girl, sidebar. Sonya, mama is so bad. Baby, I had ran across that lady's Instagram page. When I tell you Miss Thing is sickening, baby, Miss Thing is sickening. Shout out to Sonya's mama. Okay? Um, also, Terrell, which is her brother in law, he quit. He quit. He's no longer Sanya's assistant. He didn't quit in that moment, but the next scene where they showed Sanya or Sonya, whatever her name is, child, she let it be known that he quit. I figured that wasn't going to last for too long, just because. How can I say this? I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I could see how it could be a blow to your ego and to your pride when you are a husband and now you, your wife, and your two kids are living with your best friend and your sister. Because I think Ross and this brother, I mean him, the guy, they're best friends, and then of course Sanya and her sister. So I know it has to be a little blow to his ego or pride, and it probably would be the same to mine too, if I was one living in your house with my kids, and then I'm basically depending on my sister-in-law for employment, and then I'm your personal assistant. Um, but nonetheless, he quit. I'm not surprised. I can also see that being a very. Ksenia's sister sounds like she's very vocal. And then when you have your husband who has to pretty much. I could see it being a very like blurry line, right? Because you're my husband, but this is my sister, and we all live together on top of that. So when it's off time. So if my sister, which is your boss, wants you to do something and it's 10 o'clock at night, do I say, damn girl, it's 10, right? So I could see how it could just be a headache in a way. Um, Marlo, her nephews, and her sister. Um, when I tell you Marlo's nephew, the not the I think the youngest one. When I tell you him and Marlo's sister look just alike. When I tell you, girl, when I say they look just alike. Um, but anyways, so they went to take Halloween photos. A photo. It was the nephews, Marlo, and then the sister met them up there, and also Courtney met them up there. Courtney's voice this episode was bearable. I like her voice better when she's just kind of just like not so excited, because it's a lot, right? I thought Courtney's voice in her confessional was okay, but past that, when she starts to get a little drink in her, gets excited, it's just like nails on a chalkboard. Like, ooh, girl. Um, Courtney is a crisis manager. Call her Olivia Pope. I mean, I'm not gonna do all of that. I need to see what type of work. I need to see what you done did for me to call you Olivia Pope. Okay. But nonetheless, she's a crisis manager. That's what she said. Um, Marlo was basically talking about how she wants to get something, a bang bang, to protect herself and her nephews because her house was broken into, and I know that's like one of the biggest violations. Um, to have your house broken into, oh my God, girl, I would just die. Um, but because she, decided to be Edward Scissorhands, girl, Edward Scissorhands, girl. Girl, he said some crazy shit. Girl, I be saying some crazy shit, girl. That just popped in my head, girl, when Marlo decided to be Edward Scissorhands and slice and dice that girl in her face, girl, 20 years ago. Um, so I guess because of that, she can't bear arms. So Marlo is trying to find, I guess because it's been 20 years, she's trying to, I guess, get that expunged and, so she could get something so she'll feel protected in her home. Um, can I say something? For those who are new to my channel, anytime I say, can I say something? I'm probably about to say something I ain't got no business. Yeah. I'm probably about to say something I ain't got no business saying. So I be asking my cousins, which are y'all, can I say something? And y'all give me permission to go ahead and say it. Okay, let me just say this. Believe it or not, I try to be aware. I'm aware, not try. I'm aware of the things that come out of my mouth. Okay? And believe it or not, I think about some of the things. Sometimes it's just like the spur of the moment. If I'm on live and it pop out, then I can't do nothing about that. But if I have done a pre-recorded video and I think about what I just said and I know it may not land the way that I want it to land, I will take it out, start over. Um, Let me just say this. And we tapped on this in my live the other day. Marlo and her nephew. I understand that that is Marlo's nephew. With that being said, I think that Marlo is using her nephew's death as a way to come after Candy. Because for the life of me, I cannot understand how Marlo is connecting the dots of the nephew working at OLG. Okay, she said this episode, correct me if I'm wrong, that the roommate, the guy who shot her nephew, also worked at OLG. I think they met at OLG, right? She's using that as a way of her wanting to bring or shine a light on why these shootings happen at OLG or Blaze. As if her nephew got shot at OLG or Blaze. Yeah, correct. Tell me if I'm telling this the right way, because I feel like I am. So, your nephew worked at OLG. Got it. While your nephew was working at OLG, he met a guy. Got it. They decided to get an apartment together. Got it. They were not working at OLG when this happened. However, the guy shot Marlo's nephew, unalived Marlo's nephew. There are shootings that are happening at OLG. Now, are they connected? Are all of the shootings connected to OLG? I don't think so. So basically, yes, there are shootings that are happening, but I don't know if it necessarily has something to do with OLG. Like the one with Melvin, okay, that has something to do with OLG because, girl, you got into it with one of the employees. He shot you, bang, bang. The other shooting, I think it was something that was just happening on the outside. The people ran inside of OLG and somebody got shot. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know if every incident necessarily has something to do with the establishment. Marlo was trying to tie all of this together. And I don't think that's fair. And I don't think that's right. Marlo, your nephew being shot ain't got nothing to do with OLG. And the shootings at OLG ain't got nothing to do with your nephew being shot. I get it that your nephew used to work at OLG, and I get that Marlo said that he also met his roommate at OLG, but what the fuck that got to do with Candy? And this is another thing, too, I want to say about Marlo. Marlo, girl. Marlo, this is the thing with Marlo. Marlo, I think that it is a very legitimate question that Marlo asks. Why are these shootings happening at OLG? I think that's a legitimate question. Not to say that it doesn't happen at other establishments, but unfortunately, because Candy is on this Real Housewives show, girl, is going to highlight what's going on at your business. And I also think that it should be discussed. Now, Candy has, before y'all start, Candy has already let us know that because of legal reasons, she can't go into details. Boom. It was brought up. Candy let us know. She can't talk about it. There's nothing else we can say. Right? So I get that the questions are valid. That question is a valid question. However, this is what I don't understand about Marlo. Marlo, you done got your ass on TV and said that Candy was a hoe. You done said that Candy didn't have no good boochie cat. You, as of recently, questioned her parenting. You questioned her as a mother. You have attacked her husband. We're going to call a thing a thing. But then you will do a 180 and say, Candy won't help me get my record expunged. Yeah, wet! Yeah! And like somebody said on Twitter, somebody tried to tell me, well, Candy has also basically, they didn't say slut shame, but basically Candy has also slut shamed Marlo. Yes, Candy has. Yes, Candy has. Okay? They've all slut shamed each other. But the difference between Candy and Marlo is that Candy don't do all of what Marlo do and then turn around and have her hand out to Marlo. Marlo will do exactly what I just did, facts, and then turn around and expect somebody to do something for her. After I just called you a hoe, after I just said you ain't got no good boochie cat, after I just attacked your husband, after I just got on TV and said that, girl, you pretty much don't take care of your kids and you got all types of nannies, then I'm gonna turn around and ask you to do me a favor. Can you do me one? That's Marlo. Yeah. Like I said, when Marlo is right, Marlo is right. When Marlo is wrong, she's all the way wrong. Having questions about what's going happening at OLG and Blaze, I think is fair. We're not going to sit here and act like OLG and Blaze has not been a part of Candy and Todd's storyline over the years. That's how we found out about OLG. OLG was created on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I think that if someone wants to ask a question about, girl, why is it always shootings happening at these restaurants? I think that's fair. And then how Candy responds, right? If she says, like she said in the confessional, I can't talk about it because it's legal. Okay, cool. We brought it up. She gave us an answer. We can move on. This is what I also think Marlo was trying to do. Marlo was trying to drag this out into a storyline. Candy could be lying. I don't think she is. I think it's a fact that Candy can't speak about it because of legal reasons. I don't think she can talk about those shootings. Because I also think that one of those shootings, I think the family was trying to sue them. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. So she can't talk about it. And Marlo, my hair itch, y'all. I'm using this stuff, and girl, my hair been kind of itching. That's why I'm always like scratching my head. Anyways, um, Marlo's trying to drag this out, and girl, you gonna have to let it go because it's not gonna be a storyline. No one is going to bring up something that could affect their friend's business. You, for whatever reason, got a hard on for Candy. I need you to get it and release it. Cause girl, you doing too. I don't know why I'm like girl, like I'm checking out. But girl, that's what Marlo need to do, girl. Um, but Marlo, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about Marlo Hampton. Marlo needs some deep rooted therapy. That I don't want to take away anything from the life coach. Shout out to the life coach. Marlo needs a therapist, preferably black, preferably a woman, who is probably about 60 plus. Cause Miss Marlo, girl, you do a, and y'all know I call it for what it is when it comes. I feel like I'm fair with all the ladies. I feel like I just call it for what it is. Now, of course, if I don't like you, like I don't too much like Portia, then of course, girl, I'm gonna probably just tug on you a little bit harder. Versus it like I like Kenya, I might just kind of like tap her on the shoulder, but I'm still gonna call it out. It's just that my delivery gonna be a little bit different, depending on who I'm talking about. Um, yeah, I mean that's all I really have to say. Marlo is a mess. Marlo is all over the place. Marlo is using her nephew's death, trying to create a storyline. There, I said it. I think that Marlo is trying to combine what happened at OLG and trying to make it seem as though that has something to do with her nephews. As far as I'm concerned, girl, the way Marlo acting, girl, girl, quiet as this kept. Quiet as this kept. Why? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I'm thinking. Hold up. 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 Marlo, hold up, Marlo. I got a question. Because I'm thinking about the episode. And Marlo was she let it be known that her family was expecting more from. Girl, was y'all expecting Canada to send y'all some money? Hold up. Hold up now. Is that what it was? Because I'm thinking about the episode now. I should have went live. We need to talk. Girl, was Marlo expecting Candy to send them some money? Because she made a comment about my family expected more from Candy. My family was hurt. Okay, listen. And then we moving on because we done talked about Marlo for too long. Could Candy have been a little bit more sensitive towards the situation? Yes. There. Can I tell y'all a quick story? Okay, let's have story time. Y'all know I got ADHD, girl. I be all over the place. Let me tell y'all a quick story time. And this is gonna sound messed up, but it is what it is. I'm gonna try to. I don't want to try. I don't want to go into details because I don't know who watched my videos, and I don't want to like trigger anyone or piss anybody off. So I knew someone, and I met this person at an old job. And we became very, very close. This is not the story y'all think that it is. This ain't got nothing to do with my college roommate. This is a completely different story. But we became very, very close. It was a black woman. I'll tell y'all that much. She was probably a few years older than me. Married, kids, all that stuff. But we became real close at work, like very close. Um, I ended up quitting. There was something that was going on at the job that I had just left that I still was able to participate in, even though I had quit. And I didn't quit like on like I didn't get fired. Well, I did get fired one time. They hired me back, but like so I quit, but I still quit on good terms. So I was still able to participate in what was going on because I had something to do with the goal being met. Even though I no longer work there, they were like, "You can still come and participate if you want to. I know you don't work," and I was like, "Okay, cool." So, I went to the event, and this was my first time meeting her husband. Now, I knew her husband did not like gay people. Um, and I remember they had a child who they didn't know if, their child was gay or not. I'm not going to say the gender, but they didn't know if the child was gay or not. And I used to just be like, child, love on your child. If it is what it is, it's going to be what it's going to be. You need to get that nigga to come around just in case it is what you think it is. Okay? Come to find out it wasn't what they thought it was, girl. And how I know, because girl, I found out a couple of years ago that, girl, it wasn't that. So anyways, um, and mind you, this happened. This was something. I worked with this person probably like, girl. This was in my 20s, so I haven't seen this person. I haven't seen this person in probably like 12 plus 13, 12 plus years. It's been a minute since I last saw this person. So, anyways, something tragic happened probably like a year ago, and their child transitioned. They died. And a friend who I still keep in contact with told me, "Oh my God, girl, get so and so, your old best friend at work, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Oh my God, if you want to, this is where you can send some money to, blah 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 blah." I didn't, and I didn't do it because all these old feelings came up. Because the day that I went to the event, I had not seen this person, this woman who was like my best friend at work, in like probably like 3 weeks to a month. And I'm thinking that when I saw her, girl, we was gonna kiki and laugh and girl have a good time. And girl, that was my work sister. But she was there with her husband. When I tell you Miss Thing pretty much paid me dust. Now mind you, her husband was pretty much homophobic. We're gonna call a thing a thing. And it hurt my feelings then. And it hurts my feelings now when I think about it. That's why I said, girl, for some of us, it's a complicated relationship when it comes to us and like black women. Y'all don't want to talk about it, but it just is what it is. And so, anyways, when he told me what had happened, I decided not to send money. And I didn't. Because I just thought about how, like, girl, you treating me like shit when I'm thinking we like cool as hell, and now you done got around your husband, and girl, you acting like you pretty much don't know me, and girl, fuck you. And so I'm telling this story just to tell y'all that, girl, while yes, Candy, while yes, I could have been more sensitive to the situation, girl, Y'all can't go around here just like hurting people's feelings and then expect them to just be like, okay, girl, I'm gonna put it in the past. Girl, here you go. Girl, no, girl, I'm not sending no $100. I ain't got it. I had it. I'm not sending it. I hope you're okay. I hope your family is okay. So I said all that to say that, girl. Candy probably could have been a little better with the situation, but sometimes when you go around mistreating people like Marlo mistreat people, as I can see, girl, you can't mistreat people and then expect them to turn around and then do you something because, girl, you may be going through something in life. Sorry. Um. Anyways, all right. So Sheree has fibroids, girl. I hope she all right. You know what I think they be doing to Kenya? Because I ain't gonna lie, Kenya do be sounding like a bitch the way she be talking to people. I'm not gonna lie. I think what be happening, I think that they be using Kenya's voice from previous scenes to make it sound as though she's talking to the person who's in front of her face in that moment. I really do believe that. Or maybe she might be a bitch girl. I don't know, sure. That's still my girl. I'm gonna stick beside her. Long story short, Kenya eat Boosie. Kenya eat Boosie. Girl, for the girls who don't know what Boosie is, girl, go ask your gay friend if you got one, girl. Kenya eats Boosie. Okay. For the girl, I'm just gonna say Kenya liked to eat ass, or she did in her 20s. She said she was giving some nigga head, and so she said, "Why not? Let me just go down here and just do, give a little tug action." Um, I ain't gonna lie, holler when Sanya said, "If my husband was to toot his ass." Oh girl, I almost said something. Let me stop disrespecting these people's husband, girl. Sanya said, "If my husband was to toot his ass in my face." Marlo got a sickening body. Marlo probably got the best body on the show. Marlo's body is one. Okay, Marlo got knees. She got the Meg Thee Stallion knees. They had like some little dance competition, girl. It wasn't nothing going on in this episode, girl. They had some little dance competition. Um, Sheree won. Sheree shouldn't have won. Marlo really should have won, but Kenya was being petty. Um, Bryce from Groove Theory. Does Bryce look the same? No. Bitch, I don't look the same I did 20 years ago too. Okay? I wish I did, but I don't. Um does Bryce, you know, Bryce back in the day, Bryce was really, really honestly one of the finest men walking around. Bryce was absolutely gorgeous back in the day. Now, does he still look the same? No. No. But I still smash. Okay. Would you still fuck him? Hell yeah. Okay. And the reason why I'm bringing up Bryce is because they found out that Bryce was Courtney's basically baby daddy. I don't know if they still mess around because on the way to I forgot to tell y'all they went to Birmingham, Alabama. Girl, these basic ass trips. They went to Birmingham. Shout out to Birmingham, Alabama. I'm just saying for Housewives, it's basic. But I think it's right up Real Housewives of Atlanta's alley. They went to Birmingham, Alabama because Kenya was going to be dancing with the marching band. I think an HBCU. I don't know. But she was going to be dancing with a marching band nonetheless to promote her Kenya Moore hair care. And so yeah, King on the way up to Birmingham, Courtney said that she was in a complicated situation or something like that. They go to dinner. They go to lunch after the after they make it to Birmingham, and Kenya brings up what happened between Drew and Marlo. Kenya was not there, so Kenya really is going by what Drew said. But quiet as it's kept, was Kenya really wrong in what she was reporting back to the group? No. I'm not gonna lie. Kenya is getting on my nerve with the word aggressive. I said, I want Kenya to find another word, girl, because every episode Kenya calling somebody aggressive. But nonetheless, girl, it is what it is. Because Marlo, girl, you were okay. Marlo, you can sit here and say you were sitting down the whole time all you want to. Yeah, you were sitting down, but girl, once you got your black ass up, I saw some black man come in and was about to snatch your arm because you got up into Drew's face. Marlo, you were aggressive. And this was after filming had wrapped. This is how you were cutting up after filming wrapped. Marlo, you were aggressive. You were. You were in Drew's face. You were. You almost had to be snatched up by security. That happened. Girl. Regardless if Kenya was there or not, girl, I don't know if Kenya must have went to the editing room and they showed her the clip or what, but Kenya wasn't good. Kenya wasn't wrong for what she said. The hotel rooms. Kenya, listen, this is the thing. And this is no shade to Birmingham, Alabama. Shout out to Birmingham, Alabama. I grew up in a very, 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 very small town. Girl, the town I grew up in at the time when I left, it was like 1,500 people. Yes, I grew up in when I say I grew up in the country, like dirt roads, one stoplight, yeah, traffic. We call them stoplights. One traffic light, yeah. So I know about a small town. I mean, I thought the hotel was cute. I mean, would I expect them to stay in a hotel like that if they came to Houston? No. Because, I mean, it's Houston. It's the fourth largest city in the country. But, girl, for Birmingham, I mean, I thought that was cute. Girl, don't see no shade. Like, I'm like, girl, I thought it was a cute hotel. Like, okay. Girl, I would stay in that hotel in Houston. Girl, but I would expect the Real Housewives to stay in that hotel in Houston. I would expect somebody to stay in that hotel in Birmingham, Alabama. However, I will say I agree with Marlo. Like, girl, Kenya could have at least like put a little like thought, like a little bit more work into like the rooms as far as like a basket with some soap or a bottle of wine. That little bottle that she had was unacceptable. Like, girl, no, it was whack. I have to agree with Marlo. Like, girl. Marlo, because Kenya, you have the most to say about when people throw parties, but girl, look at what girl like. If you can't do anything about the hotel rooms, you can at least try and improve the stay with kind of like a gift basket. You know what I'm saying? Um, these all the notes I took, but I know something else. What else happened on the show? Oh, the charity event. That's what was. That's what I was like. Girl, that's all the notes. All the notes I took. Everything else, I was like, I'm gonna have to remember. Girl, as much as me talking about this episode wasn't long, bitch, we on 40. What I said, bitch, I can run my mouth like no other. Because it really wasn't a lot for me to be talking for me to be talking 40 minutes. Um, so oh, Kenya wanted them to basically they were going to a charity event. Now, I don't know if somebody told Kenya this was a charity event and she told them, hey guys, we're going to this event. Make sure that I don't know. Because there's no way, as much shit as Kenya be talking, that she would have thought not to say it was not a charity event. Because it was, from what I understand, it just wasn't the type of event that Kenya probably thought it was going to be, because the girls had on Air Force Ones and skinny jeans. You know what I'm saying? So Monyetta come downstairs with a little 1-2 jumper on, thighs out, ass out, and she like, girl, no, you cannot wear that. You don't have nothing else to wear. Now, this is the thing. Kenya, you didn't tell the girls. I don't think Kenya told them until they got on the bus that, girl, they basically needed an outfit. They probably all thought the same thing I thought. Girl, we're going to Birmingham, girl. What, girl, like, girl, we're going to Birmingham, girl. I mean, girl, I guess. But, even though Kenya didn't tell them and she should have told them, I will say that one thing I have learned recently is that anytime you go out of town, it's one thing you going to see your grandmama or your family, you know, girl, whatever. But if you're going out of town, always pack a just in case outfit. I made that mistake when I went to DC. When I went to DC, what, in January, February? No, March. No, it is no April, May. No, that's a lie. I think I went in January. Yeah, I think I went to DC in January, and I literally had a pair of some black pants, some black boots, and a black blazer um, here on my floor. And when I was packing, I was like, I'm not taking that because we're not going nowhere where I need to like dress up. I just felt like we was probably going to be going to a couple of bars, you know, maybe a brunch spot, you know, whatever. But I didn't think that I needed to. I didn't think I needed to bring something where I needed to like be dressed up, you know. Girl, get to DC. They talking about we going to dinner. Girl! And so I was like, girl, I'm gonna have to go run out and like, I was thinking about going to like Steve Madden or Aldo, you know, find me a pair of cheap boots, go to H&M, find me a, you know, a blazer or a button down or some, you know, something, and, you know, pump it on down to the restaurant. But I was like, I'm not doing all that. So the story I'm trying to tell is basically, it's always important to pack an outfit just in case, because you get somewhere and a bitch on the trip ain't told you you going to a charity event and you dress like you about to go to the club. Anyways, they get to the charity event and girl, it was a hot ass mess. I hate to say it. It was more so, girl. Look at the celebrities. They literally had to kick them out because they were causing so much distraction from the actual event. Girl, can you imagine like the Real Housewives coming to Birmingham, Alabama, causing all this chaos and confusion? Girl, now we have to kick y'all out because, girl, y'all are a distraction from the actual situation that's going on. So they kicked them out. They left, which wasn't a big deal. It is what it is. I kind of would have been feeling myself like, oh, they kicked us out. They said we causing too much chaos and confusion. They get back to the hotel. Kenya says she's going to bed. I think Kenya was embarrassed. She should be because the trip is a hot ass mess, squad as it's kept. She goes to her room. I guess the girls are really not ready to go to sleep. This reminded me of when what happened at Bolo Gate when Kenya went to her room and the girls got mad. Marlo, they all go up to her room. Girl, Marlo starts to bang on the door. Marlo is ghetto as fuck. Girl, if you're not going to respect Kenya, at least respect the other people that are on the hallway. Girl, you're banging on the door. I saw Sheree hit the door once or twice with her hand. Marlo is banging the door with her foot, banging the door with her hand. Just a mess. Kenya come to the door and cuss Marlo ass out. And then it goes off. And I'm sure it's going to pick up where it left off next episode. That's it. I done ran my mouth for too long. When I tell you, bitch, I be talking. Cause, bitch, when I tell you, what did Mama Joy say about Todd? Girl, you know I'm always bring up Todd Burris. Girl, I can turn lemonade. Well, I can turn lemon. What she said? She turned lemons into lemonade, bitch. Even with this episode, Loki being boring as fuck, bitch, I done gave y'all a 45-minute review. Bitch, it's always something to talk about. Okay. Anyways, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.